welcome back. Got a Mazda foreign jobber in the garage today. Yep. We're not doing anything mechanical to it. Gonna be cleaning the interior. So, interior, kind of universal. I'm gonna show you how to clean the interior on this thing, and you can utilize it on your own applications. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's take a look inside and see how bad off this is. So what happened was, you got drinks in the drink holder, and then, something happens accident-wise, and, spills. So we got spillage down here. It's in the carpet, it's in there, it's in the leather, just kind of all over. Mazda's due for a good cleaning anyway, because when I winterized it, I didn't go through and do anything with the interior. But I got a pumpkin. Make some spice latte out of it. Doesn't too bit, dude. So yeah, we'll go through and we'll clean it all out, because it's ready. It's time. Need some good cleaning. So as we open up all the doors, we got, of course, stuff that we gotta take out of there, and what? It's the latch? How do you open this thing? What? Oh, there's a button. Okay, all right. There's a button there. Okay, so we got some more stuff in the back here. Cool. All right, how about the conductor side? Got some stuff, some poop bags, all the good stuff. Close that one up for right now. What about here? Oh, conductor side's clean. Just like always. Got nothing more time than your conductor. Just sit there and wipe stuff down. So this thing's got the display screen up there, and those are really finicky. You don't want to get chemicals on there. So we'll get into all that when we start wiping everything down and cleaning it all up. But first thing second, I like to take a cardboard box, which there's already one in the back. Take everything, all the belongings, everything out of it, put it in that box, and, customer, think it's a customer. This isn't a customer, but do it as a customer. Collect all their items and just put them off to the side. So we're going to do that. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. We just, we don't throw away. We just make sure and stack it in there. Cool. So we'll go through, get all this stuff, put in this box here, set it off to the side, and then we'll get to cleaning. Okay, now that we got everything cleaned out from the inside, we have like a WeatherTech type mat in here, and then we got 4 mats in there. We're going to want to push the front seat, flip them all the way forward, and then pull the carpets and these WeatherTech mats out. Just get everything out of the vehicle. Backside here, it's got the same thing. It's got this WeatherTech type mat thing. We're going to want to yank this out, get it out of the way for right now, and get down to the carpet. For the back seat, we're going to flip it down. Then we're going to take our air gun and we're going to just blow all this dog hair and everything forward. Make a mess up there and clean it back out. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting all these seats pushed forward and mats and carpets removed, and we'll start blowing it out. If you ever lose something, move your seats all the way forward. You never know what you're going to find in all these little nooks and crannies. Definitely find some stuff. You can see on the engineer side here how much that drink got spilled down on the carpet. So we're going to want to get in here and get that addressed relatively quickly, but we'll get all of it. It's no worries. And we'll probably the biggest thing is we'll suck up what we can, what's dry, and then we'll do a carpet scrub on it. But we're gonna flip the seats. I think these fold forward, and then we're gonna get in here with the air gun. Top tether. Where do these fold forward? Something like this. Yep. Just like that. Band-Aid? It's even a Band-Aid brand. I don't want to hang on to that. I'm gonna need it later. Okay. Flip forward. Let's get the air gun and start blowing it out. So for this section, we're gonna want some goggles, some kind of eye protection, some kind of hearing protection, because, you know, it's loud. And tinnitus, it's a real thing. Keeps you up at night. It's not fun. Ask me how I know. Don't really. Anyways, start blowing. Start from one side, work your way forward. The wind just takes it away. Got it. Get out of here. So once you've gone through and got everything all loosened up, blown out all these little nooks and crannies, everything's loose, blown to the front. You're gonna want to take your vacuum, suck everything up that's loose and flying around. You can go combination vacuum and air gun, loosen up some stuff. You get a lot of sand or whatnot in the carpet. That tends to break it up. Also, I've seen like a little air hammer type punchy thing that vibrates and shakes the carpets. You can do that and suck it up at the same time. And we're not that fancy, so, you know, if I find anything that I can't get, I'll just with the air gun. And if I can't get it from that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not that fancy. I'm not going to worry about it. Doesn't too bit, dude. Blah, blah, blah. So before we get too carried away with vacuuming out the front of it, we got to address the stain. So the stain is pretty intense there on the carpet anyway. I like to take spray away to start with and just, you know, rehydrate the stain, if you will. You know, get it all nice and wet, moist. Can't say moist. Get it all, you know, on there. And just let it sit for a minute. Take some shop rags and we'll try to dab out what we can. You know, dab, not dab. And see what it removes. But I'm going to let this sit for a couple, 2-3 minutes. And we'll be back to try to dab it. A couple minutes later here, let's see. I did put another coat on there. Just because I felt like spraying it on there because it was looking a little dry. And yeah, most part, it's just that little chunk up there. That's going to be a problem, but yeah, we'll get it. Make sure to get it up underneath the rail here, because that's where a lot of it gets hidden. And that's where you get your weird smells from. But most part, this is coming off relatively easy, which is good. A lot of these carpets have like a Scotch Guard kind of protector in them. I missed a spot. It's got a Scotch Guard protector on them, and it'll prevent stains and stuff from soaking in hardcore to that. But if this didn't work with the spray away, I'd probably move on to like a heavier duty solvent type carpet cleaner. What's going on here? Beard. So yeah, some kind of heavier duty solvent type cleaner. Of course, check it on a piece of carpet where it doesn't matter. But I like to use the stuff that I'm already going to use in the car, like spray away, to try, because the chemical smell is going to be just spray away in the car now. Versus if we went with some carpet cleaner, it'd be that mixed with spray away, mixed with Arm Raw. You know, it just adds up and it's an unpleasant smell. So the less chemical smells you can have in a car for customer, the better. So, as you guys saw though, that's pretty much taking care of this. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning this up and vacuuming out what I need to, because I see I missed some spots. Well, we got her pretty much all cleaned up, vacuumed back up. So I wiped down the both of these, you know, seat sliders. Just wanted to say, if you do, make sure to put some lube or something back on these screws so they don't bind up, and you know, they collect dirt and everything, but at least you're going to put some lube on it and not screw it up too bad. But if you wipe it off, reapply it. Now we are going to move the seat back, and we are going to work on this other part over here. So same process as before. Get the seat all the way back, tip it all the way back instead of forward and up. Make sure it's backing up. And you can see we got it on the leather here. We're going to just spritz it with some spray away, because I know spray away doesn't hurt leather. Let that soak for a minute. Get it in the seat thing here, because it looks like it's pretty much in there. And then all on this plasticky leather stuff. And then we got some on the carpet up in here that we'll have to do the same. Just kind of, you know, soak it on, let it soak. And since it's all spattered here, might as well just clean it while we're down here. So same processes in the back. We'll let this soak, and then we'll see what it comes up with. So as you get in there, Harbor Freight's got these little cheap paint brushes, chip brushes is what they're called. They're like 50 cents. Pick up about 20 of them. And what you can do is, as it's still wet, you can get into these nooks and crannies here, and you can kind of detail out your edges and get them all nice and clean, especially if you got some buildup in there. And this leather, you can see how it's got a whole bunch of little stuff in this hole. Take the brush, kind of work it around, and you know, try to work that stuff out, and hopefully some patience and some time, you can go ahead and work it on out. Same thing will work with holding or detailing out your seatbelt cup thing, clicker, pusher, press. You can detail out with that brush. Cup holders, you can get in there, smaller ones, you know, work the stuff around, get it all cleaned up. And for around your shifter bag, leather cup cover holder, it's really good to get in the nooks and crannies is what I'm saying. So you can see I already sprayed this down while I was waiting for this stuff. You know, painting it up, getting it all detailed. Down in here where it gets all grimy and nasty, where coffee always falls, you know, just paintbrush works really well for 50 cents. So most of this over here looks like it's all pretty much coming off, so good there. So I'll just finish wiping it down, and we'll move on to our next step. As you can see over here, that's a salt stain, and there's some salt stains right there, so we got to burn into it a little bit harder. Yeah, backside over here, there's a salt stain in that. If anyone knows, that's kind of, it's crusty, nasty, it's gross. Well, I guess that's plastic, so that came off really easy, but that's in the carpet. To get that off, you're going to want to try, you know, of course, spray away. And if that doesn't work, you got to get a little bit more aggressive. And what I always do is I'll take the good old water displacement 40 and just, you know, soak affected area where there was salt. What this does, it actually soaks into the salt, loosens it all up, breaks it up from the fibers on the carpet. And then you can go ahead and scrub it off like you normally would with, you know, any other panel. But WD-40, that'll take care of that. I feel like I'm painting a freaking white picket fence. Stay away from gas pedals with that WD-40 if you do decide to just, you don't want any of the pedals getting, you know, slippery and falling down, causing accidents or anything like that. So cautious with WD-40 on gas pedals. So to protect the leather, we're going to use a combination. I kind of use Armor All, if you can't tell by the half-gallon thing. Refill these, but I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use this Zurich Shield leather vinyl renewer stuff. Reason I'm doing more than just the Armor All today is because this Zurich stuff actually has, it's more like a lotion, I guess. And since we put a lot of glass cleaner on the leather, we stripped it of all of its minerals. So we're going to restore it with this stuff. And plus, I'm kind of sick of looking at these bottles. They've been on my shelf for like 3 years, so got to use it up. Going to start with the Armor All and just get a good coat going on driver's seat. Well, really all around, but I'm going to start with the driver's seat. And I'm going to start with this because that other stuff's more pasty, and what's going to happen is those little perforated holes, it's going to jam in there and get stuck and be gross. So we're going to start with the liquidy stuff and just like what we did in the Impala. Well, we're going to, you know, coat everything and make sure it's, you know, wet and let it sit, get soaked in. Maybe we'll take that and rub it in here. Yep, we'll do that. Just kind of gently go over it to smear it around. We're not rubbing it off, we're rubbing it in. All right. We'll let that soak for a minute. Go around, do it all. Then we'll come back and we'll put in the lotion-y stuff. You ever eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich and an orange and you know, you try to breathe in the orange? It doesn't work very well. You know. All right, so now lunch is over. Sprayed all this down. Looks pretty good. Wipe down those. Wipe down those. I will say on the that screen, I didn't do that. But make sure to stay away from wiping Armor All and stuff on that, because that won't, maybe it'll come off. I don't know. Probably not. But that stuff does not come off very well on those screens. So now we're on the seat, and you can see that the leather is basically soaked up all that Armor All that we sprayed on there. She's thirsty. She's very thirsty. So we gotta give her some lotion, and, you know, or the O'Keeffe's, or the, you know, the stuff that you put on there to keep it from drying and cracking. We're really gonna pay attention to the spots that are wear spots, like where your behind slides across, your back rubs, and like any of the other spots that are really exposed to, you know, the UV rays. So we're gonna take that leather conditioner, lotion, we're going to put it on. We're going to avoid putting it on the middle part because it's got these little perforated holes in it, and that will just get in there and you won't be able to get it out. Well, you will be able to get it out. Got this neat little thing. It's for cleaning your teeth. It's a little baby bottle brush that can get in there, and you can, you know, poke these little things out, but that takes forever, and I'm not doing that. So we'll just condition what we can and call it a win. So for our next step, you can see we got it all wiped down. We're gonna go through again, and there were some little areas where I got, you know, some lotion in here. We're gonna just get rid of that just to make sure we're nice and clean. But that stuff, you can see it's already, this leather is just drinking it up because it's really dry. So Not always bad, but like I mentioned, all your UV spots, top of the door panels, make sure to get all those. Now we're going to want to go through, clean up the mats, vacuum them off, rinse them off. Probably not going to do too much with that. That one's got some spillage we're going to take care of, but we'll just vacuum them off, blow them off, clean them up. Probably just spritz them down, wipe them down, and call her good. So now the mats are back in. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wash the inside of the windows, get our streaks off of it. Back with the spray away. Too much. Well, there it is. All the windows are washed. Interior is all cleaned up, shined up. Mats and stuff are put back in there. Our stains are gone. Smells pretty good in here. Good. We're good. Now this whole process took me about 2 hours. I did stop and get lunch, but if I didn't do that, it would have, it took about 2 hours start to finish. Some bigger vehicles might take you longer time, depending on how much you got to clean and whatnot, but this here one is about 2 hours. From this point, you can go through, and I'd normally wash, wax, Rain-X the windows, tire shine, everything, and then that'd be basically a fully detailed vehicle, or you can call it quits like I'm going to right now, because I don't have a hose, because my hose is put away for the winter. So that is going to do it for this one. Stay tuned. I got lots coming up on Angus, bits and pieces. I got a lot of stuff going on, waiting on parts, making a longer video with that one. And yeah, appreciate all the new subscribers. Thanks everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, share this video. We'll see you next time.